Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss about ecological pyramid. Describe ecological pyramid. We have to know about definition of ecological pyramid, types of ecological pyramid, example and function of ecological pyramid. An ecological pyramid is a graphical representation of the relationships between different organisms in an ecosystem. Each bar that forms the pyramid represents a different trophic level and their order based on who eats whom represents the flow of energy. Moves of the energy pyramid starting with primary producers or autotrophs such as plants and algae at the bottom, followed by primary consumers which feed these plants, then secondary consumers which feed on primary consumers, and similarly. The height of the bars should all be the same, but the width of each bar is based on the amount of facet being measured. Types of ecological pyramids. Pyramid of numbers. It shows the number of organisms in each trophic level without any consideration of their size. This type of pyramid can be convenient as counting is often a simple task and can be done over the years to observe changes in a particular ecosystem. However, some types of organisms are difficult to count, especially when it comes to some juvenile forms. Its unit is number of organisms. Pyramid of biomass. It shows the total mass of organisms at each trophic level. Typically, this type of pyramid is largest at the bottom and gets smaller going up. But exceptions do exist. The biomass of a trophic level is calculated by multiplying the number of individuals in the trophic level by average mass of an individual in a particular area. This type of ecological pyramids solves some problems of the pyramid of numbers, as it shows a more accurate representation of the amount of energy contained in each trophic level. But it has its limitations. For example, the time of year when data is collected is very important, as different species have different breeding seasons. Also, since it is usually impossible to measure the mass of each organism, only one sample is taken, which could potentially lead to inaccuracy. Its unit is gram per square meter or kilogram per square meter. Pyramid of productivity. The pyramid of productivity looks at the total amount of energy present at each trophic level, as well as the loss of energy between trophic levels. Since this type of representation takes into account the fact that the most of the energy present at one trophic level will not be available to the next one, it is more accurate than the other two pyramids. The idea is based on Lindemann's 10% law, which states that only 10% of the energy in a trophic level will go towards creating biomass. In other words, only 10% of the energy goes into the next trophic level to form tissues such as stems, leaves, and muscles, etc. The remainder is used in respiration, hunting, and other activities, or is lost as ambient or surrounding heat. However, is that toxins are passed through the pyramid very efficiently, which means that as we move up the ecological pyramid, the amount of harmful chemicals is more and more concentrated in the organism's bodies. This is known as biomagnification. The productivity pyramid is the most widely used type of ecological pyramid, and unlike the two other types, there may be never be the largest and smallest at the apex. It is an important type of ecological pyramid as it examines the flow of energy in an ecosystem over time. Its unit is joule per square meter per year, where joule is the unit of energy, which can be replaced by other units of energy such as kilojoule, kilocalorie, calorie, and by gram. While a productivity pyramid always takes an upright pyramidal shape, number pyramids are sometimes turned upside down and do not take the shape of an actual pyramid at all. To demonstrate, let's take an oak tree, which can feed on millions of oak insects. If we consider this ecosystem as our focus, the level of producers one tree will become much smaller than the level of primary consumers, millions of insects. This is less likely to happen in a biomass pyramid, but not impossible. The pyramids below show the different types of pyramids and their sizes, shapes in different ecosystems. These are the diagrams that shows pyramid of numbers, pyramid of biomass and pyramid of energy. Ecological pyramid examples. This is also known as an energy pyramid. The sun is included in ecological pyramid as it is the main source of all energy as well as decomposers such as bacteria and fungi, which can obtain nutrients and energy from all trophic levels by breaking down dead or decaying organisms. The nutrients then go back into the soil and are taken up by the plants. The energy loss to the surroundings is occurs in ecological pyramid and the total energy transfer is calculated. We start with the total amount of energy in the primary producers, which is indicated by 100%. As we move up a level, 90% of that energy is used in ways other than making meat. Primary consumers have only 10% of initial energy, and 10% of that 10% is lost in transfer to the next level, the 1%, and so on. The predators on apex then will only receive 0.01% of the initial energy. This inefficiency in the ecosystem is the reason why the productivity pyramids are always straight or upright. Function of the ecological pyramid. An ecological pyramid not only shows us the feeding patterns of organisms in different ecosystems but can also give us information about how inefficient energy transfer is and can show the effect that a trophic level has in numbers. Change can have an effect. Trophic level above and below it. Also, when data is collected over the years, the effects of changes in the environment on organisms can be studied by comparing the data. If conditions in an ecosystem are found to be deteriorating over the years due to pollution or overhunting by humans, action can be taken to prevent further damage and possibly even reverse some current or present damage.